Hey there, Gemini. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I am doing your late July 2019 tarot reading. Sorry, I've had family in town. So, really quick, astrology, not an astrologer, but the highlights very quickly. The new moon total solar eclipse in Cancer on the 2nd, which has already passed. So, on the 16th, there's a full moon partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn, so finishing up any big projects, tying up all loose ends. And then the 7th, Mercury goes retrograde. That's okay. Back up your computer and allow yourself time to travel. So there may have been some money worries, some poverty mentality, or dealing with someone. I feel like maybe some of you have been trying to help someone but just aren't ready for help. So if someone's suffering with an addiction, for an example, it doesn't have to be this, but as an easy example, if someone's not ready to get the help, there's not a whole lot you can do. So you have to take care of yourself. If you need help, there's help out there. It's tricky. I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but it's really difficult, and it's a relentless, relapsing, recurring disease. But there is help available that I know if you just look for it. All right. 8 of Wands. So put your resume out there. Maybe you're just like, oh, I'm poor, I can't live. Like that 5 of Pentacles can be, I just can't make ends meet. I'm working all these jobs. Like, put things in motion. Put your resume out there. Apply for jobs you may not think you're qualified. Job descriptions are tricky, job postings, because they kind of put the absolute perfect ideal candidate, but it's not necessarily, are they expecting someone to have all the attributes? They may say, okay, I want someone with strong computer skills is more important than knowing a particular program. So if you've had a lot of experience with all of Microsoft Office and databases and whatever, but you haven't used their particular program, they may be like, oh, they're really good with computers. We just need someone that's comfortable with technology. So don't self-limit yourself. That make any sense? Don't limit yourself. Don't assume you know what they want, and don't assume that they are expecting someone to have every single qualification. I just got a job that required a master's degree. I have a graduate certificate, but I have tons of experience, and it's just the way it goes. So you also may have been like talking to someone at a party, and maybe they were like, oh, well, they're looking where my brother's working. I can talk to him about it. And you're like, yeah, that'd be great. And you kind of forgot about it because, people don't usually follow through on stuff like that. And all of a sudden they text you and are like, hey, give your resume, send your resume to my brother. And before you know it, you get a new job. So something like that can happen. But things you put in motion previously is going to come back around, and things may move very quickly. So you kind of have to be prepared for that, because sometimes when the 8 of Wands comes up, you're kind of like, whoa, it feels very quick. And so you feel like you haven't had time to process it. And you almost talk yourself into like, do I really want this? It's kind of like maybe you've been crushing on someone, and all of a sudden you find out they like you, and all of a sudden you're like, well, do I really like them? Are they cute? It's ridiculous what us humans do. We're all of a sudden like, create all these barriers because of, it's just fear manifesting. It's, in negative, self-sabotaging ways. So just, it's like, it's okay. Just because it's happening fast doesn't mean it's bad. Like, this is what you wanted. You had talked to people about wanting this job. So don't shy away if it comes your way. Nine of Cups, something you wish for in July. Let's see what else is around there. New job, yeah. Money. So your money. So for those of you that are worried about money, I feel like your financial concerns, I'm sorry, are going to even out this month. But I feel like, you want to be proactive. Read up online, watch some YouTube videos. I mean, you don't have to. You can learn so much nowadays without spending a dime. Learn how to manage your money. Learn the best way to save for retirement. Like, if you're now getting a job with like benefits and all that stuff, like, take it seriously. Learn everything you can. Go to their information sessions. Like, set yourself up right. You take charge of your own day-to-day living. Your bills, your, everything. Like it's time to grow up. Like, adult up. That is so strange. In the Fire, I almost see the back of like an animal, a wolf, a horse. Huh. I know, it's very, very strange. Not that I think he's burning a horse or a wolf, but just the shape and the fire. Huh. Maybe someone will get a horse. Make sure you have enough money because they cost money. 4 of Cups. Yeah, don't be a sourpuss if you get offered something you want. Or, okay, so I got it. I'm sorry. Just because, say you want to get in this company, but you were hoping to get in like the perfect job. You think it's the perfect job, and your friends says, send my brother your resume. And he's like, we can get you in, but it's a different job, different department, not what you wanted. Don't be like this. It's not what I wanted. No, but even if it's a lateral move from what you're doing, you got your foot in the door. And then it's like, it's up to you to thrive there and make the best of the situation. And if you really can trust the universe, maybe this department is better for you. Even if it's not the one you had your heart set on. What did you even know about that? You don't have that job. Like, how do you even know it's better anyway, right? So maybe this is the universe's way of saying, you know what? Yeah, that's a like a good job, but maybe the manager is horrible to work for, and you wouldn't even want to stay there anyway. So trust that you're being led in a better direction if what you wish for doesn't come through exactly how you thought it should. Be open to it potentially being better. I know when I've built a few houses that I've designed, super simple houses, so I'm no architect or anything. But I taught myself how to use a simple CAD program and design the houses the way I want it. But I always because it's not my thing, like there'll be, like in one house, there was this space in the bathroom where a stairway went. And he was like, hey, we can bump this out 2 feet and build a big closet in here. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, it wasn't what I wanted, but it turned out to be better. That's happened like every single time I built a house. I haven't accounted for some space because I don't really know what I'm doing. And it's been like, oh, we can't do that because of this, and it turns out better. So being open and being flexible. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble all of a sudden. maybe this should be my last reading and take a break. The Chariot. Yeah, Gemini, just prepare yourself for quick change. You could all of a sudden get a job and be moving across the country, moving offices, moving house. So it's time to just jump on board and go for it. And also, I also feel like you're going to have like this realization, like, sometimes we graduate from college and we had a part-time job somewhere during college, usually in a restaurant, right? Or something, or even a bank, I don't know. And you get out of school, but you're not really, 100% sure about what you want to do or whatever. You need some time just to decompress. So you're working at your pizza place or your bank, and the summer turns into a couple years and you get promoted. And before long, you're the manager, and you're not making like crazy money, but you're making way better than minimum wage. And at that point, you're like, well, I wanted to move to California, but now I'm making this much money. I'd have to start all over again, or I'd have to be in another restaurant, and I don't want to be in a restaurant. Like, this isn't what I want to do. But then you feel stuck in something, or I moved here for an old girlfriend or boyfriend. I never even wanted to live here, but I got a job here. Wait a minute. So this is a time, especially with this full moon and these eclipse season, to be like, I don't want to work here. I don't want to live here. I don't want to it doesn't have to be so negative, but like, I want to move to California. I want to work in the film industry. I want to live by the beach. I want to be in some sort of ecologically conscious, organic business that's thoughtful about the earth. I want to, whatever it is, I let myself go. I want to be active. I like to be outside. I want to, I want to have a house that allows me to have a garden. We get off course, and this is this is your GPS saying you miss a turn at your, please turn around so you can get back on course. Like, get back on course. Time to recalibrate and get your GPS and start heading towards what you want to do. And King of Cups. So we're flanked here by the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Like, you can do what you love, what's in your heart, and be practical and make money doing it. You can. Like, that's what that's saying to me. You might want to do something creative. Trust that you've used this time to daydream, to plan. Like, I don't think anyone just sits down and is like, I'm going to write a novel, and just starts writing a novel. I believe, there's that time to fantasize and dream and figure out and plan in your brain, have that creative energy. So you may have felt in the past that, I just wasted 2-3 years of my life. All my friends have these fancy jobs, and I'm still working in the restaurants. Like, hopefully, I bet you've used that time, though, planning and being creative and figuring out what you want. So now it's time to put that into action. 3 of Cups. You may be able to get together with friends and collectively start something. Like, in the town I live in, these friends from grade school, they grew up in this town. I live in a fairly small town, very small town for most people. They came back and opened a flatbread pizza place. And it's great. It's thriving. It's so fun to have just this little, it only has maybe 6 tables. And a bar area to sit at, and you can get a draft beer or wine and flatbread pizza and like 2 different salads. Like, it's so simple. Like, that's another theme. Like, things have gotten too complicated. Strip it down to the simplest, basic. It didn't have to be over the top big. It didn't have to be complex. You didn't have to offer a million things. It's funny, though, that I brought up wanting to get out of the restaurant. Now I'm talking about a restaurant today again. So it could be something like that where it's like, wait a minute, we can do this ourselves and we can do it the way we want to do it and not work for the man, or someone else. It's weird that I brought that up. Some sort of organic place, coffee place, where the atmosphere is important. Yeah, because we have these two. Some of you may do something with antiques. Some of you may want to be on a horse farm. I don't know. I feel like you're like, I can do a job I'm not really into and not make much money, or I can do something I'm into and not make much money, but at least I'm in the right business, or I'm doing it my way, the way that feels good to me. What's this last? The Wheel of Fortune. You have to get out of the poverty mindset that making this change will be negative and make it harder for you to live. I think it's the opposite. And when you're working towards something that you love or believe in or excited about, it feels less like work and it's less draining overall anyway. So you have more energy. What did we say was under here? Did I look? Five of Swords. Yeah, so wherever, if you've been running up against resistance, and this is the theme of the month here, it's the universe saying this, there's bigger and better things and opportunities for you if you go a different direction. So I'm putting up these boundaries, this conflict, these barriers, not to make your life more difficult, but to make it better, to send you in the right direction. Some of you may, it's so interesting, like have some sort of little pub, coffee shop, brewery. You might get together with some old friends with an idea and say, hey, let's go for it. Some of you may get some inheritance from a grandparent or something and have a little bit of money. So if that happens, this King of Pentacles is say, learn, figure out, become an expert in your finances and be very careful managing them. Be very strict about it. Be very King of Pentacles about it. Or you might be able to ask your grandfather to help fund to start this new business, or grandmother, grandparents. I do see maybe some of you coming into money that's allowing you to do this, but even if you don't, you have it within you to make your best life possible, or your idea a reality. Cool reading, Gemini. I was drawn to read you next pretty strongly, so that's a really cool message. Let me know what happens. All right, I'll see you at the next video. Take care.